Hello, this is Kinninigan from RagingReptilian.com. Sometimes I come across some really amazing footage, and when you're in the field I'm in, yes, I make a lot of videos exposing reptilians, archons, other cryptozoological anomalies, but what I am about to show you here, not only is it pretty amazing footage because I think it's authentic, and I've showed it to quite a few people on my Discord server over the few days, and I'm getting the kind of same vibe off them when they look at the footage. We actually have a disinformation campaign going on for the footage, which I will prove. But what's even more amazing is no other YouTuber has picked up on this footage and shared this video, which is mind-boggling, because usually when we have some kind of anomaly or clip that, and this footage is only from about a month ago. Now, you'll notice the mockery right there. Ewok-like troll monkeys. Okay, Ewok. When they use the word Ewok, yes, they are trolling. This is why they called Yoda the reptilian that the Freemason worship. That's why they put him in Star Wars, because anyone who ever mentioned Yoda after that would be mocked. Why do you think they're calling these Ewoks? And what am I showing you? I'm going to play this. This clip is 1 minute and 14 seconds. You're going to hear music playing in the clip. Well, guess what? It is these creatures who are actually playing the music. This footage was taken in Thailand. The local Thailand people call them Chay, which means Chay in Thailand, I believe it means waterman. Basically, these are aquatic creatures that live in a cave off a cove of the ocean. Just watch this footage, and then I got some more stuff to show you here. Now, the music you're hearing is being played by these creatures. Yeah, this guy shit. Wow, it gets better. Where do I show you? And that's pretty much the end of the clip. Now, what the hell did we just watch? What is this? Yeah. These are called Chay. They were filmed in Thailand. Some people who have analyzed this video suspect that they might be in relation to Sasquatch. I'm not so sure about that, but with these, I want you to notice something here, and this is really important. We all know about Snopes.com, right? You know how credible Snopes is, right? Snopes ran a fact check piece on this video. I want you to notice something. This one right here on the rock, you see his legs, right? He has frog looking feet. Those are like flippers right there. What they look like? They look like the kappa from Japan, and I made a video on the kappa. And yes, the kappa have webbed feet that look like frog feet. The kappa in Japan, here's some statues of depictions of them. I know they don't look like them. Some of the kappa in Japan are depicted as having hair, and some of them are depicted as having turtle shells. The ones that have the hair look more like this. Different color hair though. This is like black. But here's where things get really interesting. You need to follow me on this. Snopes, you come to Snopes' website right now. This is on their page, with their main page when you go there. Yeah, they're shilling for Big Pharma right now about vaccinations. Look at that. Yeah, we all know how credible Snopes is. Snopes ran a fact check on this video. Video shows alien-like creatures known as a Chay near a cave in Thailand. False. Yeah. what do we know about Snopes? They're not too credible. We know that. And why? This is really interesting because I think I'm actually the first YouTuber, conspiracy theorist YouTuber, if you want to put me in that category, that has made a video on this. This video only came out about a month ago, and I'm surprised it did not go viral. And why did Snopes do a fact check on it? Usually Snopes would do a fact check on a video that goes viral on social media. Tour group stumbled on a frightening sight. No, and when I show you how pathetic this was, I'll show you what happened here. Basically, the story is with Snopes, and I want you to notice something right here. So this group comes, and this group right here, and this is really important. Look at the symbolism. Closest relatives. So we have this art group that came out and claimed responsibility for this video, but it gets even more pathetic when you look at it. Supposedly this was them before the here, I'm going to play the clips here. Now I want you to notice something. That's not the same cave and that's not the same cove. And it looks like these divers are kind of struggling in the water with the current. And this is not the same place. You see how divers here? She has flippers on. This girl's pushed up against the rock holding the costume.
So we're gonna move.
Yeah,
yep.
And that's the other thing. Why do these people have British accents? Yeah, think about that one. What is Britain doing on the scene in Thailand trying to debunk this? I want you to notice something about the ocean right here. This water that these guys are walking in is a lot more calm. And it almost, yeah, look at these guys on the boat. They want you to believe that these costumes and this whole performance art was put on for what? 10 people on a boat? Please. You also notice something about the water. It's not the same cave right here. You see how this water is more shallow? And you can see the sand coming through the color of the water? Now, they have a few more video clips here. Alright, and this is really important. I need you to look at this. You see the legs on the costume. These are the costumes that this closest relatives group recreated to debunk this. And I want you to notice something. Those are not the same legs as the creatures have in the video. You could tell that's a human in a costume. You know, it looks like a basic, you know, mascot costume suit, right? See the one sitting over here with the legs bent, and he has frog-looking legs? They're not the same legs. Gets even more weird. There's mockery right in our face with this also. With this video right here, and this one involves mud fossils of all things. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So they created this video. This is supposedly the creatures in that video. It looks to me that this group was put up to recreate the costumes and debunk this. But they don't look the same. I'm going to show you something. And the fact that they're using the name closest relatives, think about that one. Let that one sink in. Now, it gets really strange in a second here. As soon as the camera pans over, I got to show you something really mind-boggling with this. Everyone knows about mud fossils, right? Does that not look like a mud fossil of a gorilla's head right there? You see that? Mockery right in your face. The other amazing thing is, like I said, this didn't really go viral on the internet. I'm wondering why. Right? Usually, a clip. So, yeah, look at more of the mockery right here from the group that claims responsibility for creating these creatures. Yeah, look at this. What? Yeah. Yeah, bump grinding against another girl right there. And, supposedly, yeah, this is them practicing for their costumes. Yeah, they're not the same costumes, though. It looks like this group was hired to debunk this and create something that looked kind of similar to the creatures that were actually filmed. Why did this performance art group put on a show and create all these costumes for, what, 10 people on a boat? Right? Here's some of the costumes they created. They don't look the same. You could tell these are humans in suits right here. When you go to the real video and you see them even walking, they're playing music, and this is, I'll end the video here. I'll put all these links in the description, including the Instagram link to Tori reigns at closest relatives. That's what she's going by the name as. And even the fact check at Snopes. Why did Snopes run a fact check piece on this of all people? It looks like to me. Alright, first of all, if these creatures do live in this cave right here, that looks pretty credible. This looks like a cave system right here. They probably, it looks like to me that they came out to look for food. They might be playing music as some type of ritual for collecting food. Yeah, obviously, when I showed you the actors here struggling against the current, you know, where they're sitting here acting like they're filming this, you see how hard they're struggling, trying to stay in the water right here? You see that, right? This guy's over here with a dive suit. They're trying to hold the costume in place. This girl's floating all around right here. She has flippers on. Then you come to the real video, and you actually see these creatures walking real easily right across the water. Here's my idea. If these creatures are legit, and like I said, they actually look a lot like the kappa from Japan. And we know these are legit because I did a video on the kappa already. The mythology is very real with them. Aquatic creatures, okay. Why do they have hair? It's plausible. Polar bears have hair. They swim in the water. So it lets us know that they're mammal, or mammalian at least. Are they related to Bigfoot? I don't know. I can't answer that. Is this another human that we have coexisted with for a long time? Quite possibly. A lot of Asia and the countries in the Pacific are parts of ancient Lemuria, which was sunk in the Pacific Ocean with the fall of Atlantis, and when the K2 event happened, that took the dinosaurs out. A lot of these cryptozoological hominoids and anomalies always happen around the South Pacific, Asia, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands. We still have living giants on the Solomon Islands. I'm going to do a video about that. But it seems to me, one, they look comfortable around humans. The Thailand people call them Chay, so obviously they're aware of them because they gave them, you know, a name. That's right, it's Snopes. Even Snopes mentions that Chay. That's a Thailand word. Why would they have a nickname in Thailand culture if they weren't real? We all have heard legends of Sasquatch here in our own country, but there hasn't been that many legitimate photos or videos of them. And I just ask people, if you ever saw a real video, would you believe it? Was this legit? I'm on the border with this. I'm pretty much, the more I look into it, the more I believe it's authentic because of the mockery going on. And that's the biggest thing. First thing with the mockery, closest relatives. Come on, that's a huge red flag right there. Secondly, these are not the same costumes. You could tell. Here's a close-up of one of the costumes they claim they made. You see the legs right there? That's a human in a suit. You could tell. This guy laying over here on the rock has fish-looking legs with big flippers on them. And he looks like the kappa. And why would a performance art group go through all this trouble just to put on this little skit for 10 people on a boat? It's not making sense. Supposedly, there are some cave systems that are said to, you know, have humanoids or humanoid-type creatures living in them. I think that's where these creatures came from, and I believe they're out hunting for food because it looks like to them, they know it's low tide. And it kind of makes sense. You see these guys walking here. Looks like they're out hunting for food. Like they know that it's low tide. You see the open ocean right there? So they knew when to come out and look for food. And it looks like this group of people just found them in the wild, filmed them, didn't know what to make of it. Then immediately after the footage got leaked, Snopes.com was called and made it do a fact check piece. And then we have this bullshit group here called Closest Relatives try to reproduce the costumes of the creatures that were filmed and debunk it. But what's even more amazing is, have you seen this video on YouTube at all? Am I the only YouTuber covering this? Why is that? Ask yourself the questions. So, I just wanted to bring this to my subs. I'll leave all the links here. Put your opinions down in the comments on. These are obviously not the same suits. You can tell right there. Look at the legs on this. That's a human in a costume. They do not look the same as, like I said, the one here on the rock. The legs are totally different. He has more frog-looking legs, and that is how the kappa are depicted in Japan. And the kappa, yes, they are mammalian, but they are also aquatic. You know, we have a lot of mammals that have hair that are aquatic. Beavers comes to mind, you know, just one small example. So that's not too unbelievable to see an aquatic creature with hair. So what are these? Yeah, they look like little Ewoks, right? Yeah, and the word Ewok is a mockery also. That's how they mock things. Because Ewok-like creatures, and then the first thing you think of is Star Wars, science fiction. Yeah, it's not true. So, anyway, what do you think of the Chay? Is this authentic? Were these real creatures really filmed that live in this cave that came out to, and they're playing music too, of all things. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Are these real? Did Snopes and Tory Raines at closest-relatives.com, I'll put this link in the description, were they paid to debunk this? And look at the avatar of this closest relatives, though. It's very creepy looking. It's like a puppet face. You see that? You know, I watch a lot of science fiction and fantasy movies, and the costuming, you know, I'm a big fan of Jim Henson. I know about puppetry. These suits are not the same. They are not the same at all. And, like I said with this video here, we see the mockery of the gorilla head. And now, how did that happen? Well, you can, on a Hollywood set, you can make anything look like anything. They could, and it looks like they made that one stone look like a gorilla head on purpose, and they're going around with the name closest relatives. Come on, ask yourself the questions. You see how these are walking here? They're not the same creatures in the video. I'm sorry. And the way that the other clip showed how bad they were fighting to stay in the water, there it goes right there. There goes the monkey head right here. Right in your face as a mockery. These are not the same creatures. All the links will be in the description. I would love to hear your opinions about this. And, you know, I'm laughing about this. Yeah, they're claiming responsibility for doing this, and then we get this mockery right here of ass grinding this other woman right on their Instagram. Please. That's a very pagan looking symbol right there. It's none of my business though, right? So what do you think, guys? Are these authentic? Was Snopes and Tory Raines at Closest Relatives put up to debunk this? And why hasn't this video gone viral? Any questions or comments, leave them below. And until we speak again, this is Kinninigan, and take care.